This is episode 41 of TrampCast. I am Delta Mike, your host. It is Sunday, August the 18th, 2024. And we usually at the beginning of the program have this little time-wasty section. You see where we're going here, folks? We have this little time-wasty section while I wait for more people to join us. We're only 24 minutes in. So shall we begin with a numbers section? A few facts about the episode number. This is episode 41. So a few facts about or involving the number 41. The number 41, as those of you who can do maths will tell, is prime. Indivisible by other numbers other than 1 and itself. It's also, get this, the sum of the first 6 prime numbers. 2, 1's not a prime. Has to be divisible by 1 and another number, not just by 1 and itself are the same. So 1 is not a prime number technically. So the first 6 primes, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. Add them together, what do you get? 41. It's also the sum of 2 square numbers, 4 squared plus 5 squared, 16 plus 25, 41. Okay. In US politics, the 41st president, President Bush, the elder, the senior, George H.W. Bush, not the one that couldn't find his way off stage and through doors. If you get fooled once, can't fool me again. None of that shenanigans. Not that one, his daddy, his dad. The proper one, the one that was vice president under Ronald Reagan back in the 80s, when Margaret Thatcher reigned supreme on this side of the pond. Okay, W. W. Here we go. We always have one. Almost always. We had that one exception. The International Direct Dialing Code 41 plus 41. We had this last night on Scruff's channel. Somebody couldn't work a phone to put in an international dialing code and make things work. He had drunk a bottle of whiskey first though, so maybe it was that. But where are we? International dialing code. The number 41 gets you Switzerland. Okay, this one. I was in two minds whether to include this because I've already said no homo once, haven't I? I've already risked the wrath of the radical left. In Mexico, 41, 40 and 1, 41, is slang for gay. I think because 41 people were arrested at some, on Wikipedia they say party. You're going to arrest 41 gay blokes at once. I can guess what kind of party it was. They were having a party and he maybe was the party they were having. I don't know. Like I said, I look, I sometimes lose people here. My humour, I told you the other week, my comments on politics about the police, it wasn't really politics, it was just about the police and my situation. I sometimes say things and I say things in an irreverent manner that sometimes I don't even mean myself. It's just funny to hear. I'm not a homophobe. I had lots of friends that were gay, but I'd call them all kinds of fucking names and they'd call me all kinds of names. You know? Get over yourselves. Don't be so... You can call me shit, I'll call you shit, and we're all good. There's no need to unsubscribe, ban me, report me. There's no need for any of that. Guys, I'm going to ask you, just a quick reminder, because there's new people popping in all the time. Thumbs ups are appreciated. Help get the message out there. Help send the signals to the Google and YouTube gods. Where was I? 41 in Mexico is a derogatory. I'm not sure how. See, when I'm talking about another country and I say something's a derogatory term, I don't know how much humour's involved in that. I don't know. Maybe it's jokingly or humorously derogatory, or maybe somebody points a finger, calls you out, and they hang you from a lamppost. And I've got no. Maybe they start doing the Colombian necktie. I've got no idea. I'm talking about other cultures and other countries. I'm just reiterating facts or stating facts. Don't shoot the messenger. even if he's being slightly comical, or you get what I mean. Okay, Mexico, 41 is slang for gay. Okay, finally, but with a long list of subtopics, and we always have one. Periodic table, atomic number 41. Niobium with the symbol NB. Or also Columbium with the symbol CB. We'll get there. We'll get there. There's history. There's history. It's the same thing, it turns out, now. Light grey crystalline metal, used a lot in jewellery because it's hypoallergenic. This thing doesn't react with oxygen, doesn't oxidize. Well, it does, but very slowly. So that helps it. The unreactive nature means it's less likely to create allergenic reactions. Now it's history. Discovered. I've only written little notes here trying to summarize something really complex. So if I get lost, forgive me. I'm going to try my best. This is not easy. So, niobium, also known as columbium. In 1801, someone discovered something, called it columbium, and said it was similar to something called tantalum. In 1809, somebody did tests and said these things aren't similar, they're the same, and kind of threw away the new element of columbium. Turns out this was false. Now, this tantalum, the thing people said it was similar to and then they said it was the same as, turns out that it's an ore containing multiple elements, one of which somebody named as a new element and called niobium. Some 60 odd years after the initial discovery, somebody said, niobium is columbium. And you had the fights and the people battling for... Normally, the first discoverer wins. It's what was the one with the... was it Diplodocus and... Not Brachiosaurus, not Brontosaurus. There's two dinosaurs, and someone said, no, they're the same one. And it turned out that a dinosaur that we all thought we knew the name of never really existed because this prior name should have won. It's like that. There was this fight about it, and it's like, hold on, the guy who found it first gave it a name, somebody rediscovered it later and confirmed it as a separate element, and somehow the name he gave it, the second name he gave it, became the one that stuck. Go figure. Except, you Yanks, you said we're not having any of that shit, and you carried on calling it by the original name in places. I think only in technical manuals, it's a metallurgy, as far as my notes, what do I know? I'm just a tramp living in a fucking field. I know nothing. Very little. I do know some things, but just not. I'm presenting, guys. I'm presenting. I read Wikipedia and a couple of other websites this morning, and I took notes from 3 websites, merged them together, and now I'm just spouting shit as if I know what I'm talking about. Like any good presenter does. Not that I'm a good presenter. Don't accuse me of that. I never claimed that. Okay. The uses of niobium, or columbium if you prefer. High strength, low alloy steel. Brazil is a leading producer. Some of its main uses, gas pipelines. Also places that get hot again. Remember the one last week? Stuff that gets hot. Jet and rocket engines where temperature stable alloys of steel are required. It's also used extensively in superconducting environments, superconducting magnets. You've ever been for an MRI? This stuff, whatever it was called. Columbium or niobium. It's there, it's in your scanners. It's also used in welding, nuclear applications, optics, and, because I said earlier about the hypoallergenic thing, the jewellery thing, the fact that it doesn't give allergic reactions to people. Okay, folks, we are 35 minutes in. This is episode 41 of TrampCast, and that was the numbers section. Join me on Sundays for TrampCast. It's the weekly look at the successes, the failures, the happenings in my life as a tramp, a homeless guy, a hobo, living in Torrevieja in Spain. It's at 5 o'clock Spanish time, Central European time. It's at 4 p.m. British Summer Time. And 10 a.m. US Central Time. Love to see you there, folks. Okay. Delta Mike, out.